You got it, babe? Hang on.
Yeah, I got it.
You all right, Larry?
Yeah, I'm okay.
There's moms down there?
Yeah.
There's what?
All right.
What did he say that was down there?
I have no idea.
Oh.
Just hop right over here for me on this side. And I can get someone's group back there right over here. Anybody, everybody, anybody, right over here. There we go.
Oh, Jenny.
Winner, chicken dinner. Right there. Alright, good. Alright, can everyone see the TVs? Can you guys see back there? Good to go? Alright, good. First off, good afternoon. Welcome to Ruby Falls. We're happy to have you here. Is it anyone's first time coming today? First time to Ruby Falls? Alright, glad to have you here. So the first thing us tour guides like to do is we like to introduce ourselves to you, and then you to us, find out where you're from. Because we get people from all around the world here every single day. For my tours mostly, I've only had people from the United States. But I've worked here about a year, so if you name a country, I've most likely had someone from that area. That's probably the best perk of my job. But my name is Donald. I'll be your tour guide. I currently live in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. However, I am from Chicago. I go up there every year to see my family. I can take only about 2 weeks in the concrete jungle, and then I'm done. And I have to come back to the beautiful mountains of Tennessee, where I absolutely love living. But where are you guys from right here?
We're out of Biloxi, Mississippi.
Mississippi. Welcome. Glad to have you. What about you two? Louisiana. Welcome. Georgia. Georgia.
Florida.
Florida. North Carolina.
Florida.
Pretty good. Where y'all from?
Greenville.
Greenville. Atlanta, the city of traffic. Glad you can make it. What about y'all? Where y'all from?
Columbia.
Columbia. Awesome. Glad to have you. Where are you two from?
Indiana.
Indiana.
Have you heard of Lowell?
No. I've heard of Gary, Indiana.
Well, it's an hour and a half from there.
See, that's where Leo Lambert's from. Gary, Indiana. I can tell you that.
Where who is?
The person who found this place. He's from Gary, Indiana.
Yeah, but we don't live in the concrete. We live in a little country town.
He didn't. Alright, y'all. So we're going to start off our tour like all great tours start. We're going to watch a quick little video. Our video is about 2 hours long. So while this plays, I'll be back there taking a nap. Quite tired. So I'll see y'all later, alright?
All right.
As you move through the cave, please refrain from the use of gum and tobacco products. Stay with your guide and follow the safety instructions. Watch your head, watch your step, and use handrails where provided. Thank you.
That's it.
2 hours long.
Looking into a dark hole deep inside a mountain. Some folks might call it wise to turn back in favor of sunlight and certainty. Take the easy path, miss the detour that just might lead to something far more extraordinary. Sometimes, some people, not me. When my Ruby moved away to Tennessee, I could have stayed put, but I followed her south. She was my high school sweetheart. Usually, those things don't work out, but she's my wife now. So yes, that was the right call. Ruby and I have seen just about everything together. We come around a bend and see a new adventure. She takes my hand and off we go. Now, the minute I heard the historic details of Lookout Mountain Cave, I felt that first pull. The mountain calling me in. I wanted everyone to see this underground cathedral, but the entrance was sealed. The railroad needed that passage for their line. Time to give up the dream, right? No, sir. I started planning. It took near a decade. Investors took a chance on us, and we bought the land above the cave. The autumn leaves were falling as we started drilling in 1928. We were on our way, opening a new entrance into the cave. The crew worked round the clock, cutting the shaft for an elevator. That's right, an elevator. 420 feet straight into the heart of the mountain. We pulled up bucket after bucket of limestone, enough to build a castle. Then, at 260 feet, the unexpected happened. A burst of air from an opening into the unknown, 18 inches tall. I swear it summoned me. If our drills hadn't stayed true, if our aim had been a few feet in either direction, we would have missed it. Something we weren't even looking for in the first place, but we found it. Or maybe it found us. So down we went, crawling through the dark, with the mountain on our heads. We crawled for an hour, 3 hours, 6 hours before we could stand. Ruby's up there, waiting for me. But the same thing pulling me back is pushing me forward, towards hidden beauty in the heart of this fine earth, a treasure worthy of her name. I know we're down deep, farther down than we ever expected to go. I imagined all the people that might come after us to this place, to see something they've never seen before, something they'll never see if we turn back now. Later, we crawled out of the dark, forever changed. It's the anticipation of what lies ahead that pushes us forward, that draws us to explore. Sometimes the unknown is the greatest adventure.
That was a quick 2 hours, right? It's crazy, I know. Alright, so in the video I mentioned how he crawled all of those hours, right? Well, right over here behind some of you, this is the natural level of the cavern. And these are conditions Mr. Lambert had to crawl through for most of his expedition. Right through here.
Wow.
So there are some rules we have to go over before we can start the tour. The first thing is Ruby Falls requires everyone at all times to wear their face masks. Now, if you feel like you need to take a deep breath because of it, please take it off. Take a deep breath, throw it back on. That's fine by me. Ruby Falls is an active cave, which means water is dripping at all times. So please be careful and watch your step. That also means we still have formations growing down here. So please refrain from touching any of the formations along the path, especially if they're wet, they're still growing. Like I said, water will be on the floor. Our steps and stairs are also very wet in some cases. We will have handrails to help you, so please use those. We also have low-hanging rocks like the one right over here all along the path. We'll call these out when we get to these locations, but please just be careful. We will also be meeting other tour groups as we make our way along the path. We meet them at designated meeting points. I'll let you know when we get to these locations. But most importantly, we need to stay together as a group. If we stay together as a group, we get to the waterfall more quickly, and we all want to see the waterfall, correct? Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Now, do we have any questions before we start the tour? All right, great. So follow the person in front of you. We are going to start. Follow me.
Well, I just stepped on a low place. That's all.
Be careful, it's wet over here.
All right, watch your heads right up here.
I'll come and do it, I'm coming.
Amen.
Sorry.
I'm doing a YouTube video.
All right, so that sign right over there, it basically says this is where Mr. Lambert was first able to stand up. It is roughly 650 feet away from the elevator shaft, and it took him roughly 7 hours of crawling until he could get to this location. That's 7 hours of crawling in the pitch dark with nothing but a bad kerosene lantern and an even worse flashlight. I want you to think about that as we continue on the tour.
Ew, what is that?
That's what there was earlier years was right on the rock.